are a boss queen, you are a CEO, you've been hustling, you've been grinding, you've been making your way to the top, you've been getting everything that you want, your revenue, your clients, you're doing all the things. Yet you feel like something is missing. You feel like there's something that's more to life than just the hustle, than just the grind, than just the goals. Working so hard in your business and trying to get to the next goal and get to the next thing, building revenue, building yourself up. You're getting there, and then you realize that there's more to life, that something's missing, that your relationships have been suffering, or your health, God forbid, or you just want that juiciness of life. You want more flow. Maybe you built your team so big, you have a lot of pressure on you because people are depending on you. In this video, I'm going to go over all of the tactics on how to embrace your soft CEO era, how to embrace this so that you can live in the richness and the juiciness and the flow of life, so that you can embrace all sides of you, both the masculine and the feminine, and just learn to dance in this harmony. Learn to not diminish your masculine side, not to diminish the part of you that has that directionality, that focus. We're not going to diminish that, but we're going to work with it in a way that is aligned also with the softness of life, with our feminine nature, with the part of us that is creative, that is juicy, that is flow, that wants rest, that wants to just frolic and be, and also the part of us that wants to be present. I feel and I know that when you're working so hard and you're in corporate or you have your own business and you're just building, it's like that switch in your brain does not shut off. If you're a full-time content creator, you go through all of life and all of your day like, oh, let me get that shot. Everything becomes a content piece. Everything becomes something that you can work and something that you can implement in your business. Not saying that's a bad thing, but how can we do life with more balance? How can we switch work off sometimes so that we can just be present to our family, be present to our lover, be present to our children? This is all about feminine energy. This is all about reset, because we're getting to a point where there's so much pressure on your body that you're feeling this pressure. You're feeling this heaviness because if you were born into a female body, your body is different. Our bodies are not made to be working for over 40 hours a week. Our bodies are not made to hold the pressure of other people depending on us to survive. That is very root chakra work, and our bodies are just not made for that. Our bodies are made for other things. And so when we go through life and we don't learn about this stuff, it can actually diminish our light, diminish our creativity, ruin our relationships, and ultimately our health, your fertility. I'm a fertility awareness educator in training, and most all of my clients, they have fertility issues because they're living with so much stress in the body. And when your body as a female reads stress, it's signaling to the brain that it's not a good time to have a baby. There's stress. There's a tiger out there that's coming to attack us, or there's just not that stability. There's not flow. And so they're not going to send, your body's not going to send the reproductive vitality to your reproductive organs to produce the hormones to conceive and sustain a pregnancy. So this is really important, even if you don't want to conceive, even if you just want to live in flow, or you want to improve your creativity, or you want to be a woman again and feel like taken care of, and feel the softness and feel your elegance and the delicateness of life. You want to be present, you want to be sexy, you want to be sensual. These tips will help you. The first one I want to tell you is you must set an alarm at night of this is the time you cut everything off. This is the time the screens go off. And it's a nighttime thing because, we're like, oh, let me just finish this thing one more hour. And what it's doing is it's putting too much blue light into your body so that it's messing up your hormones, because you have to produce more melatonin in order to get a good night's sleep. So it also will mess up your next day. So if you have all of this work stuff at the end of the day, all the work stuff is now moving in your subconscious mind. So then by the time you wake up, you still have the gunk from yesterday, the work from yesterday in your brain. There's no freshness. And remember that you're probably not going to do your most greatest work very, very late at night. So it's okay. Relax. Do it in the morning. Wake up earlier in the morning and finish it. Because there has to be a cutoff time, but it's a non-negotiable. Maybe it's 9 o'clock, maybe it's 8 o'clock, that your alarm goes off and you're like, okay, I'm done. And you start a juicy, rich, robust, winding down routine. This is very important because this is going to get you deep into your feminine energy, because the feminine is the subconscious mind. The feminine is the nighttime. The feminine is the mystery. And so as the sun goes down, we go deeper into this part of us. And so this is a very important time to cultivate your feminine energy at night. So you have your cutoff time. This is the time. You have your alarm clock that I shut the laptop. No one can message me about work. Everything's shut off. Then after that, you're going to create a deep, rich, beautiful nighttime routine. This is going to where you start to enter your softness. Softness in the way that you treat yourself, softness in your clothing. So get your silk pajamas or whatever you like. Get a soft pajama sets to wear, because the subconscious mind is going at night. And so when you are in this softness, when you are resting in softness, when you're sleeping in softness, you're reminding your mind of your soft nature. You're reminding your mind of your elegance, of your beauty, and you're feeling the softness, which will also awaken your sensuality. So you enter into softness at night. You start to wind down. You start to create your nighttime routine. You're dimming the lights. Maybe that's when you just have candlelight. Maybe that's just everything starts to get dimmer. Everything starts to get darker. One of the main things that I'm going to probably do a whole other video on this, we in this culture, we don't respect darkness. Everything has to be light. When you don't respect darkness, that's not respecting the divine feminine. The divine feminine, a huge half aspect of the divine feminine is darkness. It's the mystery. It's feeling. It's knowing. It's not needing to turn up all the lights to be able to move around in your space, but feeling for things, knowing and trusting your intuition. So respect the darkness, go into like dim lighting. This is really going to help to improve your sleep too, because you want to work with your circadian rhythm. So you're going to go respecting darkness, light your candles, get into softness, take your bath, do your shower, so your water rituals. And you want to start to really take your time to wind down. Don't just shut the laptop, slap water on your face and go to sleep. I want you to have a nighttime routine of like, this is how I do my nighttime. You can even have different scents that you sleep in, like an essential oil. I like to do a little lavender, where I take the lavender and I just massage my scalp with it, just a nice head massage. You can do a foot bath and put some clary sage, essential oil, clary sage. You can put that in a foot soak with Epsom salt to help to relieve any mental tensions. Really, really good. And you're going to start to get deeper into a nighttime routine and work with scents. Work with, okay, if I need to spray some lavender, light some incense, whatever it is, you have your nighttime scent, and that will signal to your brain, it's nighttime, I'm going to sleep. Very important. Do not work in your bedroom. Do not bring work into your bedroom. Do not have your laptop and all of that in your bedroom. No screens in the bedroom, only sleep and sex. That's it. So you want to, because your brain will get confused. If you start to work in your bed and do other things, your brain won't understand or remember that the function of the bed is for sleep, is for rest, and it will disrupt your rest. So you want to create a sleep sanctuary. You're going to make sure that temperature gets a bit cool. You're going to make sure you have your nighttime scent. You have your softness. In your room, there's a flow to it. There's not too many things. There's nothing to remind you of work. I had a client who, she worked in her bedroom, like she worked from home, and her whole laptop, her whole setup was in her bedroom. And what we did is we put a beautiful fabric over it so that when work was done, work was done. And so her brain was able to register work is done. She's not looking at the laptop and thinking about all the other things, the dotting my I's and crossing my T's and all those things that we have to do. There's always more to do. There's always going to be more to do. But you deserve rest. And we honor rest. Just like we're honoring darkness, we're honoring rest, we're honoring softness, because that enriches your work. That enriches your life. Because when you show up the next day and you're rested, you're embodying so much more energy. You're embodying your radiance. You're embodying clarity in your thoughts. You're embodying so much more of your energy because you rested. At night, if you have some extra thoughts, if you have like just a lot on your mind, that you're going through a lot, you can get into a journal practice where you journal at night just to release and let go of the day. If you have something that you're working through, if you have a question that you want it to be answered in your sleep, that's another thing to do, is to write the question at night and just be like, reveal it to me in my dreams, or give me clarity on this, so that you feel supported. But it's important that you don't go to sleep with a lot of heaviness, a lot of mental heaviness. Release it out. Let it go. Journal it out so that you can really deepen into your sleep, that you can really rest and just let go of your day. You're a corporate baddie, you're a CEO baddie, you have all your day is probably towards working in your business, working in your job, working in your career, leading your team, working with your clients, like you're in service to people. But in the morning and in the evening is yours. Those are the times we're going to grab those times, and that's the time that you're really going to pour into yourself. That's the time that you have to take it slow. Even if you have to wake up earlier, even if you have to, like I said, you're going to get that nighttime cutoff, so that you have time where you're not rushing, that you can take your time reasonably to not rush and not feel rushed. You're going to take your time at night, and you're going to take your time in the morning, even if you have to wake up earlier, so that you don't have that rushed adrenaline feeling, but you can really go through and enter your day softly, intentionally, but with a bit of slowing down. And then you can speed up as the day goes on. But as you first enter your day, as you first wake up, that is a time when the feminine in you is more, she's just rising, she's just awakening, and your feminine is really blossoming when you first wake up, because you're coming out of sleep. And so that's the time when we want to really cultivate more of that energy, so that it can build, so that you can have these soft moments in your morning, and those will trickle in and sprinkle in your day. Even when you're in your work, you can have those moments of breath. You can have those moments of softness because you had that experience in the morning. And so in the morning, you're going to take your time. You're going to start to stretch in your bed and move a little bit, and like move kind of like a cat in your bed. And you're just going to stretch your hips. Like, just stay in your bed. Don't get out of your bed. Don't jump out yet. When you first wake up, just stretch like a cat, even for 5 minutes. Begin to just move in this way that's a bit animalistic. It's a bit just raw and very primal way of just moving your body, moving your hips. You can just exaggerate and yawn and do all of these movements that will really help you to cultivate your feminine. Remind you that you are a human being, you are a goddess, and that you are going to be working in your career, but in this moment is for you. It's for you to connect with your body. And so in the morning, you're going to take your time, you're going to stretch, and in the evenings as well, you're going to start to slow down, not rush, take your time. Work is work, home is home. So many of my clients, we have to really, really work on this, especially if you work from home, because there's just this overlap in like your work and your home is all integrated so that you actually never stop working. You keep work, you keep going, there's just too much overlap. And so your brain is just constantly working and getting burnt out because there's no definitive stopping time. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a definitive time, like, okay, this is work, and then home is play. And how you can start to really differentiate that is once you finish work, you're going to create some type of ritual. I like to use water. Or you're going to take a shower, or you're going to take a bath, but you're going to change your clothes. Work clothes at work. And then when you get home, you're going to change your clothes, and that way will signal to your brain, it will signal to your body, this is my play time, this is my pleasure time, so that we're not a horse. We're not just going, working, but we have this elements of our life that is for softness, that is for play, that is for pleasure, because we deserve it, because we're human beings, we are women. We deserve pleasure. It is literally our right. It is literally how we feed ourselves, how we feed our spirit. Our bodies are created for pleasure. We have this organ in our body called the clitoris, and is the only human organ that is specifically and solely designed for our pleasure. It has 8,000 nerve endings in it. Why? Because pleasure is our birthright. That's what our physiology is telling us. That's what the divine designed us this way. Pleasure is your birthright. So remember that. Walk with that. So that at night, after you finish your work, you're taking a shower. You're changing your clothes. You're going to change your scent. So you have your daytime scent of like, this is my work. I like to work with scent, colonias, perfumes. And you're going to have your work daytime scent, and then you're going to have your nighttime. And you can decide what that looks like. Or if you don't use perfume, you use just essential oils. You can use something that's a bit flowery daytime, and then nighttime something that's more earthy. But it's completely up to you. So you have your nighttime scent that's also signaling to your body, signaling to your brain, this is my playtime. This is my pleasure time. This is my time for rest. This is my time to spend with my family. This is the time to look into my lover's eyes. This is my time to play with my children. So you have this really significant differentiation between work and play, and we honor both. Because the more that you play, the more that it's going to enhance your work. Your roots, the roots of a tree is the most important thing, because the roots, the strength of the roots, the depth of the roots, the health of the roots determines the fruit of the tree. So your fruit is what you give in your business or what you give in your career. You're in service. You're giving your energy, your time, your attention. But what develops that fruit? What makes that fruit juicy? Deep, strong, robust roots. What is the roots of your life? It's your home. It's your relationships. It's your relationship to yourself. It's the richness of your home life. And so never neglect the home, because that is your foundation. That's where you rest. That's where you get your rejuvenation. That's where you get your inspiration. That's where you get your fuel. And so that you can go and you can share the fruit because you have strong, robust roots. Your home is your roots. Water them daily. Your body is your roots. Water your body daily. Healthy aggression. So many of us are conditioned, especially as women, to not be aggressive, to not be showing how we feel, showing our anger, showing the fullness, the range of how we feel, our emotions. If we get upset, if a customer is just pissing us off, I'm not saying to show it to the customer, right? We always want to be elegant with our handlings, but you want to express it in a different way, in a healthy way. And the way that I suggest that you express it is through weightlifting. I want you to get into weightlifting. I want you to start to build muscle in your body. So many of us don't want to build muscle because we think that we're going to end up like a bodybuilder. A bodybuilder, that takes years. It's not going to happen overnight for you. You don't have to worry about it. But building muscle, it's toning your nervous system. It's helping you to release this cortisol in your body. It's helping you to really to develop a strong, toned nervous system so that when life is lifing, because that's what life is going to do, you're able to withstand it. You're able to have more resilience. You're able to have more breath because you've been working and developing your muscle, developing your strength. That helps you to be more centered. It helps you to be more present. It's essential, especially as we get older as women. It's more and more important because the older that you get in a female body, the less estrogen we have. And our bone density is directly connected to estrogen. So you want to develop your muscles in a strong way to support the decline of your estrogen, to support your bones. It helps you in so many ways just feel younger, feel more beautiful. But it helps you to really, really release this extra aggression. Because if you're working in corporate, you know that you have it. If you're working in a business, you know that you have it. And so we are conditioned to kind of like suppress it or not feel it or judge ourselves for feeling this way. No judgment. Let it out. Express yourself fully. If you feel rage, express it. Let it out of your body so that you're not just sitting with these heavy emotions. You're not sitting with the heaviness of life. You're not sitting with these feelings in your body. You want to have a practice of pushing it out, because the resiliency that you get from your workout will trickle into every aspect of your life, and you'll be walking around like a badass that you are, being feeling strong in your body, feeling strong in your mind. It's so potent. It's so potent for women. Do some weightlifting. I do weightlifting at home. I don't do heavy. I have a 10 pound and I work that 10 pound. And let me tell you, I work some things out with that little weight. Okay. It helps me to be a better mom. It helps me to be just a better human because I have toned that nervous system so that when things happen, I'm not reacting. I'm calm. I feel centered. that's not the only reason I feel centered. I do other things, and I'll get to that in a bit. Build your ego. Again, this is very taboo to talk about. Most people don't mention this, but religion, society, culture all tells women to be humble, to be compassionate, to be, don't be so mad, to let things go. I think that we as women need to really, really honor and develop a sense of self that is resilient. And by doing that, you are going to ascend. I think that as so many of us get to these levels of success and levels of achieving high things in life, because it's to fill a void that we feel within. It's to feel like lovable or worthy. Like the deep core of it is like, I'm proving to the world how I am. And if we're not telling ourselves that regardless of our success, we're still lovable, that regardless of the outward, external, everything, I'm still worthy of love, I'm still beautiful, and my soul is beautiful, and I'm lovable no matter how much money is in my bank account. So when I say build the ego, what I mean is you have these affirming your greatness regardless of the bank account and regardless of the success. But you as a human being, as a goddess, just as you are greatness, you are beauty, you are worthy of love, and you are worthy of all of the things that your heart desires. You're worthy of the worship that you desire. You're worthy of someone to worship you. All of those things, regardless of the bank account, regardless of the success, just you on your own, just as you are. And so affirm that, because there can be an emptiness. There can be this unfulfilled feeling if we are just searching for a success in order to feel loved. And so I want you to feel loved now. Many of us go on vacation to escape, to get a different vibe, to look at different things, to find different cultures, many different things. We just need a change of scenery. We just want to relax. The next time that you go on vacation and you like it, I want you to take some notes. Why do you like this space? What called you to this space? Maybe you went to Costa Rica and you liked the strong coffee. Maybe you like the lush jungle. Maybe you went to Mexico and you loved the Cabana resort in Turks and Caicos and you loved it because it was so spacious. Write all of those things down, because a lot of us are going on vacation to escape, when we can bring elements of what we love from these excursions to our home, so that we can feel this spaciousness, feel the lush jungle at home. And so what you can do is, like, let's say you loved Costa Rica, you love the lush jungle, you love all the plants. Start to bring plants into your space, or paintings of plants if you don't have a green thumb. You can start to bring these elements that you like. You like the strong coffee, make strong coffee in the morning. Be careful with too much caffeine, but you can start to bring these elements. If you love the spaciousness of the resort, get rid of some of your stuff. Go and look at minimalism on YouTube and learn how to get rid of things. You can do the Marie Kondo thing where you just get rid of lots of things so that you can create that sense of the vacation and everything that you loved about the vacation, that you can create that in your own home, that you can do that for you at home, so that you're bringing these elements of what you love and luxury and restfulness and spaciousness, that you bring that into your everyday. When I went to a resort in Turks and Caicos, I loved that they did this routine where it was turning the room down, and they would dim the lights and they would put on this vanilla scent, and they would do all these things. And so I do that now in my house. I have my, like I was telling you earlier, I have this winding down routine, and I love the flowers and Turks and Caicos. I keep flowers around me all the time, and plants, all of these things, they make me happy. It makes me feel luxurious. It makes me feel like home is a place of luxury and rest, and I can bring elements of these travels inside my home so that I always feel like that element of vacation, that element of letting go. And on vacation, we let go. We don't think about work. We don't think about life. We don't think about the heaviness of our everyday. But you can bring that into your home so that your home becomes a space of rejuvenation, of rest, and of resilience, so that you can feel like you're on vacation when you're inside your home. Then when you step out in your career, you are just that much of a more badass. You know how you feel when you come back to work from vacation. You feel like you can conquer the world. You're so rested. You have more a tan on your skin. You just feel like you can do anything. Well, that is the feeling that we want to trickle into our everyday. That when you go home, you feel so rested, so rejuvenated, that you can create this beautiful, robust day in your work, that you're killing it, you're a badass because you received that rest. And that, my dear, is how you're going to enter your soft life CEO era. If you like this video, leave a comment and let me know what resonated for you. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.